What is going on, guys? My name is Repel and we're bringing you the 15th Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. I hope you guys had a good holiday and are you guys, ready for New Year's? I have been under the weather for a little bit, so I did skip a few days, but not to mention, I kinda just used it as an excuse for the holidays. Even YouTubers get to have holidays, right? So I'm gonna lead off with Rotom. Oh, by the way, we're fighting against Carnage. Carnage is one of my viewers, and he decided to challenge me, so why the hell not? Excellent play, excellent lead. This Landorus could actually go for, Stealth Rocks, but I want to switch out. I didn't want to go for Volt Switch to overpredict, nor did I want to stay and go for the Overheat because my opponent probably might have the Chandelure. As a matter of fact, my opponent does go for the Chandelure, so good thing I didn't give him that Flash Fire. Now, I completely slipped out of my mind, okay, I did not realize, I just completely forgot that Chandelure has Energy Ball, which is really stupid on my part because I have a Chandelure myself too, so. Out comes the Registeel now, and usually Chandelures are, Choice Scarfed, or maybe Choice Specs, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to go for an Energy Ball, and he's going to switch out, so that gives me an excellent opportunity for me to go for these Stealth Rocks. And that is exactly what I do. And my opponent does have the Ferrothorn, so I'm pretty sure this Landorus is actually not, Hazard Landorus. So I get out of here, expecting maybe like a, Earthquake, or maybe even Stealth Rocks or U-turn, but he is going to go for the Earthquake, and turns out this Landorus is completely 100% fully offensive, and Diabetes does not take that so well, so I'm in a huge pickle here now. I have to go back into, Mandibuzz. He might have the rock move, but then I thought, I'm pretty sure I could take one. And he does go for the Forretress now. So things aren't looking too well on my part, my Gastrodon died way too early, so which is really important because my Gastrodon is basically a Rotom counter. My opponent does obviously have a Rotom-H, so I'm gonna go for Foul Play now. I don't really care if Rocky Helmet damages me because I do have Roost. Of course, he's going to go for Rapid Spin, so then we already know that next turn he's going to keep using, he's going to use Hazards, but, I do have Defog and Roost, so I don't really mind it. I'm going to go for the Roost now, just to be extra safe, in case he might want to just go for Volt Switch. But, of course, he does go for the Stealth Rocks, which is a little bizarre, since I can just, use Defog anytime soon. This Forretress can't really do anything to me either, so my best bet, so actually I do have the upper hand here just a little bit, since I do have that Foul Play. He's gonna keep using Spikes, that's fine by me, whatever. And so my opponent realizes that he can't really do anything to me, so he's gonna have to switch out. He's gonna go to Rotom now, and I decide, just go for the Foul Play, whatever. It's not gonna do too much to Rotom. I'm a little bummed out that my Gastrodon died way too early, which is completely my fault since I totally slipped, my mind. So this Rotom is free to use Volt Switches now because I don't have my Ground type anymore, and I don't want him to get that Switch priority. But then I don't want Mandibuzz to get hurt by the Volt Switches, so I kind of just have to let my Registeel get hit. But he does go for a Will-O-Wisp, which kind of sucks and all, but I guess it's not too bad. And he does grab a little bit more leftover, so it's a very casual common Rotom-H set. Probably Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Pain Split, or Rest, so. Probably not Rest though, because he's carrying the leftovers. So he does go for the Volt Switch. It's not gonna do too much, it's great. My opponent doesn't have like a Magic Bounce, Pokemon, so I'm free to just go for the Stealth Rocks. Before this Landorus, of course, drives me away. I do go for the Stealth Rocks. And so my opponent has Spikes on the field, and I have Rocks on the field. Not too bad of a trade-off here. And I'm really fearing that Earthquake. It did so much to my Diabetes, it's gonna probably kill me too. I kind of want to preserve my Registeel, so I'm gonna go back into the Mandibuzz. But my opponent makes a great play, and he does go for that U-turn, and it's gonna do a good amount because it's a fucking critical, and he does get that Switch priority, so kinda wish I did stay in with 2 Registeel, kinda wish I did. Judging from this, Landorus, I'm thinking maybe this Landorus is probably maybe Choice, maybe not, I'm not too sure. So annoying when you're fighting against one Volt Switcher and one U-Turner, especially when your ground type Pokemon died way too early. This is why I always carry, you know, something that is immune to electric attacks, like a ground type. Or, you know, electric Pokemon that has like Lightning Rod or Volt Absorb works too. Because they're just gonna keep spamming, you know, Volt Switches and U-Turns, and I do not want that. I hate that shit. So, he's gonna go into Forretress now, and it's gonna get hurt by rocks, and from this range, I actually think Seismic Toss might kill, so... You know, at the same time, this burn is pretty much killing me too, so, if I do go for Seismic Toss, this will be my last attack. And luckily, I do outspeed this Seismic Toss, I do outspeed this Forretress, and land that Seismic Toss and just finish off this Forretress. It is great. Last thing I need is him to spin away my rocks and for him to, you know, keep using hazards. That's just no good, so. Dangerously low now, but, you know, his spinner and hazard Pokemon is gone, so Registeel is free to just die. Obviously, this Rotom is going to go for a Volt Switch. He'll kill me regardless, and if I do switch out, well, you know, he'll get that switch priority. I just thought, you know what, just let Registeel die, so at least my opponent cannot get that, you know, switch priority. Not to mention, I only have 6 fucking HP, Spikes will kill me for sure, so. He does go into Hydreigon now. Now, I'm not sure what this Hydreigon is, you know, Hydreigon can have so many moves, it can have like Life Orb, Expert Belts, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, all that good stuff. And I kind of want to go for a U-turn, expecting the Chandelure, but at the same time, I wanted to test to see if this if this Hydreigon might stay in. If the Hydreigon did stay in, then it's possible that this Hydreigon could be Choice Scarfed. So I want to just use Fake Out regardless. So unfortunately, I don't get the switch priority, and he does go back into Chandelure, expecting the Flamethrower. Good thing he went for Flamethrower, not Shadow Ball or not Energy Ball. That was a really good you know, counter there, but you know, things aren't looking too good on my part. So it does go into Rotom. I went for the safe trick, just in case that Landorus does come. You know, I could just swap whatever this Landorus has. If the Landorus gets a Choice Scarf, you know, that's alright. But I do get the leftovers, it was kind of great, but then I realized he is really fast now, and he might just go for the Hydro Pump. Now, he could over-predict, and maybe go for a Volt Switch, you know, to get that switch priority. Just in case I switch into my Mandibuzz. Now, Mandibuzz might take it to hit Hydro Pump, and judging from this, it's a really close, but of course he lands it, and the odds are in his favor, and he does finish off my Mandibuzz. So unfortunately, my opponent does land his Hydro Pumps. I could have switched into Diabetes to take those Hydro Pumps, but you know, Diabetes does have some very low HP, so it's better to just let my Mandibuzz die, and then send out my Venusaur Mega Evolve, and hopefully I can live one Hydro Pump, and you know, just go for any move. So he does go for the Hydro Pump, and I take it like a fucking champ. I'm like, oh god, I'm so glad. Mega Venusaur, eating it up. Still have faith in you, Mega Venusaur, so I do go for the Hydro Pump, and you know, my opponent is stuck to Hydro Pump, so he's gonna switch out. And I knew he's gonna switch out, and even if he doesn't switch out, I don't really care. I went for the safe Sleep Powder, because he doesn't have anything that is immune to Sleep Powder, so I'm free to go for Sleep Powder. As you know, this Landorus did way too much damage to me with that Earthquake, so good thing I did land my Sleep Powder. That was really good. If I didn't, you know, he would just outspeed me and just kill me. I'm down to like 3 Pokemon now, so yeah, my opponent still has like 5 Pokemon, so yeah, I'm playing like complete shit right now. He does stay in, surprisingly, so I'm thinking maybe he might go for a U-turn, so I just went for Leaf Seed anyways, you know, whatever. If he did want to switch out, you know, something would get seeded, so it was great. It was really great right here. But his Earthquakes can still kill me. He could potentially still stay in and just go for Earthquake. And I wasn't sure if he was going to go for a U-turn or Earthquake. I just went for a Giga Drain, just in case he did go for the Earthquake. But now I think about it, I should just went for the Sleep Powder. Just keep spamming Sleep Powder, honestly. You know, if he switches out, if he wakes up, I could just, you know, go for Sleep Powder. I do go for a Giga Drain, you know, grab a little bit more HP, and from this range, I'm thinking, I actually might be able to live. Not too sure. Unless this Hydreigon is Specs, then I'm kind of fucked. And he does hit me, and he does land his, and he kills me with that critical. I'm not sure if the critical mattered or not. I'm really not sure. You know, if it didn't, that would be crazy. If it did, well, you know, good. That was amazing luck on my opponent's part. So I'm down to 2 Pokemon left, and I just went for a U-turn because it's so obvious that the Landorus is coming. Why wouldn't you switch out your Hydreigon, right? You already dropped your special attack twice, so turns out he's gonna go for Landorus, not Chandelure. Did drop my attack, you know, fair enough. Landorus would eat high jump kick really well, anyways. It's gonna do, you know, literally nothing, and I have the Mienshao and the Rotom-H left. And things are not looking too good. Not looking too good. We go into Rotom now, expecting him to switch out. You know, he could switch into that Chandelure, like what he did last time to get that Flash Fire. So I just thought, okay, I'll go for a full switch, but he stays in, and he reveals that he does have the Rock move. I mean, usually Landorus does have Rock Slide or Stone Edge, but he never revealed it, so I just gave him the benefit of the doubt that he was going to switch out. So I am down to my last Pokemon left, and my opponent has pretty much kicked my ass. This Mienshao cannot do anything to this Landorus, so there you have it. There you have it. I graciously accept that defeat, though, so thank you, Carnage, for issuing a really awesome battle. If you guys like this battle, please be sure to leave that like and show that support. I can't leave these battles without your support, so thank you once again. Have a great day.